out of nowhere question of the week goes to all three of my co-hosts. Fellas, we've been doing this, 6 months now? Half a year? We're getting towards the end of the year. We don't have a full calendar year yet under our book, but we will, 2024. My question to all of you is, has this podcast grown your love for wrestling? Or have you grown in hatred towards wrestling because of our podcast?
Definitely no hate. I don't. There's no hate, but have I grown I don't know what the word is because I definitely love it. It's passion. It's my passion at this point.
Yeah,
and
I think more of a less hate, more frustration.
Frustration.
Because
exactly.
Yeah, because we gotta follow so much. Because before, I wrestle, so I really didn't kept up with it so much because I'm like, oh, fuck it. It's hard to watch it because I'm like, fuck, I want to be there so bad. So I try not to watch it as much. So since starting this, I watch it obviously a lot more because you gotta keep up, and there's so much wrestling right now. So it's go ahead, Brandon.
It's the amount of wrestling, and then it's now that we're closer to it, we watch all the dirt sheets, we follow the Twitter, everything. It's 24/7. So it's definitely it's become my life at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Chana, you're quiet. What's going on, Chana? You better. Chana was like, I can't stand it. I'm done.
Can't say what I want to say.
Nah, honestly, man, it's. Like these guys are saying, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot, bro. I used to play video games. I don't play video games no more because I'm watching wrestling on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. I'm recording, so I can't even play my game on Thursday. Plus, Invincible was coming out. Fridays is Smackdown. Saturdays Collision. This past couple months, Sunday was Red Zone all day, bro. I didn't, bro. After 7:45, I didn't have a life. My life just consisted of all wrestling. Like, it was a point, bro, I don't even know how the Knicks are doing. I don't even know how RJ's doing. What's the record?
You're not missing much. 16?
Yeah, I think we got 16 wins.
16. I looked it up. My coworker asked me, he's like, Chance, how's the Knicks? I was like, I can't tell you, but I can tell you how Eddie Kingston doing. My man's just taking dubs back to back. I can let you know about the tribal chief. I was like, I can't tell you nothing about Ball right now at all. When Showtime signed to the Dodgers for 10 years, $700 million, I was like a couple days late. I was like, he signed for what? I was like, damn. I was like, guys, wrestling would love to make that type of money. I was like, yo, bro, this is I'm like, this is too much.
Sad. My Twitter went from NBA Twitter to wrestling Twitter in the span of 6 months. I get no news about basketball anymore on my Twitter.
That's crazy,
bad, bro. I used to spend my Twitter days arguing with other Knicks fans about RJ Barrett, and now I just spend my days ignoring Dexter.
Shout out Dexter! Shout out Dexter from the Crew Day podcast. Hey, well, I'm happy to hear that none of you built hatred towards wrestling due to the podcast. For me personally, you guys, all the three of you know, I'm a wrestling mark, so I love all the good and I also love all the bad. You just gotta take it for what it is. And the mediocre stuff too, like your guy LA Knight. So, but hey,
yes, sir. Yeah,
we got a lot to talk about. Who is the Devil? Worlds and Raw didn't have an episode, but let's go ahead and start our show.
Testicles are the size of grapefruits. Whoa!
What is going on, Ringsiders? Your favorite faction is back. I am your host, Marcus Hernandez. I am here with my co-host, Brandy Savage, Chano Hayes, and the Zombie King, Junior Flo. We are four sides of the ring. How are you fellas doing today?
Good.
Doing
Good, man.
Doing good. Thursday.
Excited for the new year, man. Excited for the new year.
Wrapping up the new
man.
year. Great wrestling year. 2023 has been a great wrestling year.
Oh yeah,
That is true.
Yeah.
I don't know how 2024 is going to top it, but
I mean, how can it not?
Listen,
there's
how
so
can it
much
not?
going into
I don't know, man. 2023 for all of wrestling has just been fantastic. Just
We haven't
fantastic.
even seen
yeah.
like a CM Punk wrestler yet. You know, it's 2024 is
Yeah.
coming.
Now I'll tell you what, though.
WWE.
You're right. You're
Tell you
right.
what, though,
Well,
to
let's
be-
see. I mean, AEW's in the tight spot. It's definitely it's going to be a make it or break it year for AEW 2024. With the CM Punk going to back home, as he's want to say. But let's see. I mean, I think it's a 2024 is a make it or break it year for AEW.
I will
True.
say this, though. If the devil's not Ryback, AEW fumbled.
Or if I don't hear that,
If
I'm
Why?
disappointed.
if I don't hear a World's End, like the lights go off, the devil takes off his mask, it goes off again, and all you hear is "Feed me more." They dropped the ball, man.
I really hope not, man.
I truly do hope not. I truly do
I
hope
can see
not.
them
for real,
doing
for real.
that, so
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I'll lose my mind. I'm buying
That'll be
merch.
something.
I'm buying merch.
Right. He said I'm buying merch, right? Feed me more AEW all week.
Yeah, man. Is that breaking the internet?
No,
No.
No,
like in a
crowd
bad
is-
way.
In a
crowd's gonna go-
very bad way.
The crowd is gonna go mid.
Super mid. Super mid. Well, like I said, wrapping up a great year of wrestling overall from major promotions, WWE, AEW, Impact, to just guys like in OVW, MLW, CZW. There's just a whole bunch of promotions. Everybody's killing it, man. I think most promotions all have a top star right now, and everybody knows who that is. If it's CM Punk or Roman Reigns, or I should flop those. If it's the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns #1, and then CM Punk. If it's John Moxley, Orange Cassidy, all the way down to guys like Speedball Mike Bailey. You know what I mean? You're hearing names all around the place of wrestling. So it's just been a fantastic 2023 for professional wrestling. So shouts out to everybody who's been killing it in the squared circle. Zombie King, we've seen your matches. You've been killing it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
man.
shouts out to you too. So
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So it's just been really, really good. It's also been a really good year for our podcast, right? Or a good half year. We started this, like I said, 6 months ago, and we've been only getting better and better. We've been building our Ringsiders have been, growing more and more. We're starting to look more like an NXT arena than an AEW arena. Our camera side is getting filled up. So,
Yeah.
so
There we go.
that's always been a positive. But
we're gonna get that call up soon. We're getting the call up
right.
soon.
Yeah, we're getting the call up soon. So, we appreciate all our Ringsiders who has been listening to episode 1, to where, you guys definitely were trying to humble us because we all know it sounded like shit. But hey, you stuck
Yeah,
with
man.
us. And here we are right now. So we appreciate every single one of you guys. But let's go ahead and kick our week off with Smackdown. Brandy Savage, go ahead and deliver us what happened on Friday night.
Man, Friday night was actually a really good show, and it started off with the LA Knight Randy, expressing their want to get squashed by the tribal chief. Like, one of them they don't want to share it. They don't want to share the experience. They want it for themselves. They want to go in there and feel what the tribal chief has to offer. One of them has already experienced it, meaning LA Knight, and he's like, I want more. So that's always fun. It was followed up with the Holiday Havoc match. That was an interesting match, but I was more excited to see Dawn and Fire, Ace of Fire. So I'm actually very excited for this is 2 weeks in a row that we've had an addition thrown into the women's tag division. So I'm actually very excited about that. And then we had that banger, Dragon Lee versus Butch. yo, they tore the house down. Like, that was a match I was watching with my father, and he was just watching like, wow, that's wrestling. Like, both those guys are selling. Both those guys are giving their offense. Like, it was just an excellent match. I really want to give kudos to those guys. And then, one thing I do want to ask you guys, from what I noticed, even before Logan Paul, it just feels like the North American title is getting more shine on the SmackDown show. Like, it's just, even on Raw, it was just getting more burn on every other show. So I don't know what that's about, but do you feel like there's a possibility that it could be changed at some point? Like, an NA title can go up?
Yeah, I mean, I said it. Why not swap them? Why not put that USA title on NXT and keep that North American title on the main roster? Honestly, at this point, it's a better looking belt.
It's a better looking belt. It's been one of my favorites since the start. I've started watching, and I just feel like they show more love towards it.
Oh yeah,
it's
strange.
That's a fact. They only show more love.
Also need to be on TV, but
that's true. But they only show more love on it because Dom was holding that title.
Okay. But
that's all I'm gonna say.
But right away, Butch and Dragon Lee are having an NA match on SmackDown, the North American Championship.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. So it's being consistent.
First of all, can we go back to calling him Pete Dunne? Like, he's a solo wrestler now. Can we just switch?
I'm cool with Butch. I mean, that's what I know him as.
But I will say this: it's only being showcased more on the main roster shows because the last two North American champions have been main roster guys. You know what I mean? So guys see new gold on their roster, like, yo, what's up? Let me get a crack at that. Let me see what's up.
Yeah, it's like, a way to elevate other talent on the show.
Exactly. Like, look at when Becky had the women's championship, the NXT Women's Championship. Like, you didn't see an Indy Hartwell singles match since she got squashed by Rhea. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Randy said, it's a great way to showcase talent that you don't really see like that. We don't really see Butch like that on SmackDown unless it's a tag team match or he's on NXT.
Or getting squashed by Bobby.
Yeah, basically. So it's good to see the young bulls get burned. Because these rosters are really deep, man. You think about it, like, you may think, oh, they suck as wrestlers, like, occasionally. But at the same time, bro, these are actually really talented wrestlers.
Some of the best. They're just not being able to show what they could do.
Exactly, man. That's the sucky part about it. So it's good that Dragon Lee is able to have a banger with
yeah, even Butch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just love to see that.
They're definitely giving Butch, PJ, wherever you want to call him, but they're definitely giving Butch a nice little run, little light
push
right now. But he is having like a match every week at this point.
Yeah, so it's good to see.
Solid competitor.
Really,
and he is having some.
He definitely deserves it
after bangers, but he's having solid match after solid match after solid match.
Yeah, 100%. He definitely deserves it. I will say that, and it's just it's kind of something you hate to see because Sheamus is gonna go do main event things because he's just Sheamus, the legendary Sheamus.
Like, come on,
and then you have Ridge Holland, who went back to NXT, had a championship match, apparently injured Dragunov or whatever, and it just kind of sucks for Butch because he doesn't need development to where he needs to go back to NXT. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I feel like everyone doesn't see the potential star that they have, or maybe they might see, and it just takes time to build. I understand that. But no, yeah, you're absolutely right. Banger of a match. I mean, Dragon Lee is never going to fail. When he he signed with the WWE, I was hyped for it. When he started in NXT, I wasn't hyped for it because I knew he was better than that. But now everybody's really getting to see the showcase of somebody who's, and I'm going to say it, somebody who's going to be replacing the boots of Rey Mysterio. You know what I mean? So,
and he's somebody worthy for sure. He's
definitely
filthy.
He's fantastic, 100%.
And he got the match.
He reminds me of watching WCW.
Match, you can tell.
Yeah, I definitely see the WCW. But after that, we had the USA title tournament. We followed up with 2 matches back to back: the Kevin Owens Carmelo and the Santos Bobby. Kevin Owens ended with what I thought was really a lot of respect for for Carmelo Hayes, which took like 3 finishers for your boy to end him on finally. I love that. And then we had the Santos Bobby, which wasn't a good match, but it was great storytelling with the leg injury and so on. And then I forgot the name, but Garza and Humberto.
Humberto Del Rio.
Yeah. Del Rio, they joined up with the bad guy version of LWO, which I'm actually excited for that because the whole thing they were doing at NXT was actually, it was giving them a new face, a new flavor. It was fire. So I hated their original.
I called that too. I called them
You
two
did call
going
that.
with
You did call that.
with
You did
Santos.
call that. But yeah, so Santos actually ended up winning the match, surprisingly. I don't care how much help he has. I just feel like Bobby should have went over. But whatever. Kevin Owens versus Santos. It's really feeling like they can go either way with Santos KO. But that's going to be a good match in itself. And then we have the main event. Go ahead.
I was going to say I would truly rather see Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens because we would truly get to see how good Logan Paul is on the mic because KO is phenomenal.
Exactly.
So those promos will be great.
The only reason I say it can go either way
the match
is because of the story of the brass knuckles being dropped by Santos and all that. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason I say it can go either way. But I would so much prefer Kevin Owens. Like, you have no idea. Like, as much as I love Santos, no disrespect to him, but the Kevin Owens, good guy, bad guy is much I'd rather see. I don't want to see two bad guys. But
I agree.
With the AJ Solo match, I love this match. And I usually hate matches with interruptions and shit like that, but this one was perfect. They did it so well. It was a phenomenal forearm. Solo rolls out the ring with class. Like, my boy's a veteran at this point. He's just rolling out the ring after a finisher. And then Roman comes out like, nah, beats his ass, beats AJ's ass. And then all three guys come out, do their whole little thing, and then they all start whipping each other's ass. But guys, I was expecting the OG wrestling finish where we see there's 6 guys there. We were gonna see 6 finishers. We're gonna see a thumb, a super kick, the phenomenal forearm, and it all ends with the spear to the RKO. Yo, we didn't even get a single RKO. I was upset.
Nice.
It would have been nice, but I guess we're saving the RKO for this triple threat next Friday, tonight.
Let's see.
But yeah, so I'm really excited for this triple threat, though. These 3 are amazing competitors. We know LA Knight's not winning, guys, so.
Yeah, sadly.
Sadly. Over
but
Randy
who
and
does win
AJ,
that?
it's sad.
I just hate it because I think he's had a fantastic 2023 year, and he's built himself up to this, like, crazy amount of superstardom, if you want to call it that. Probably, Chance might even say he built himself up into a superstar more than Drew McIntyre built him up into a superstar this year. So, I just hate it for him because now he's really going to take the backlash to guys like CM Punk, Randy, AJ Styles. You can't be mad at it, right? Because those 3 guys I just named are obviously, well, maybe not CM Punk, but AJ Styles, Randy Orton, definitely phenomenal in the ring. CM Punk, we'll see.
It's funny you say that,
but it's a bigger name.
One of the down bad picks I wanted to make was LA Knight for that exact reason. Because LA Knight built himself up only to be now 3 people behind another 3 people plus the people that were already there. You know what I mean? Behind for that championship contendership. So I did want to pick him for that, but that's not his fault.
But we already know what LA's outlook is, at least especially towards Mania. Like, we know we're gonna get that LA Logan Paul Mania for the United States Championship.
Yep.
100%.
Unfortunately, I think LA right now is just a body and a fill-in.
Well, he's just somebody to make the crowd pop at this point.
Yeah, he's the face of SmackDown. You know what I mean? The crowd loves him. AJ, you really can't say he's a face yet because we're trying to figure him out. And Randy Orton is, he's a tweener. So
it doesn't. Yeah, respectfully, I gotta say this. That's that crack talking. There's no way LA Knight is the face of SmackDown over Randy Orton and AJ Styles.
Yeah, I can't agree with that either.
There's no way in hell.
He's up there.
But AJ right now is a tweener, and so is Randy. Neither one of them are baby faces. Your true baby face is right, and Randy's a tweener. So your true baby face is LA Knight in this whole entire situation.
Yeah, true, but it was kind of weird. Like, I don't know, this new, persona of AJ Styles almost kind of remind me of like the Undertaker a little bit, all black with the long black jacket.
I'm getting DDP with black jeans.
DDP? Oh,
yeah.
It was kind of weird watching that main event. Yeah, AJ in jeans.
Well, who's hating?
Wait, where's the hating?
Where's the hate? Well, I think you're hating on DDP. Hold on.
What's wrong with DDP, man?
Word.
It was just weird watching AJ Styles like in jeans and watching Solo with shoes.
Yeah, that was weird. Solo with boots is weird. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Solo with footwear is just weird, man.
Right?
Who is this guy?
The wrestling shoes with the kick pads. It was
And like,
weird.
it's not even like they had someone step on his toes to make him like, let me wear boots. No, they didn't even do that story.
No, he was like, you're
Yeah.
just gonna wear shoes. He
Yeah.
probably saw like the backstage. He was like, oh, they don't clean up for shit back here. I'm putting.
Nah,
Who
I'm
got
pretty
some
sure.
wrestling shoes I can borrow?
I'm pretty sure my man
Walking
had
around
slippers.
barefoot.
I'm pretty sure my man had slippers until he got to the gorilla area, to the stage, and I was like, okay, guys,
Okay,
let me take off my little
kick these
slippers.
off real quick.
They're probably like little have like fluff balls on each toe and shit.
Secret.
They were like, no, you can't go out like that. You got to put these on.
Yeah, but
To backtrack to Brandy, one of Brandy's segments here, the Kevin Owens versus Carmelo Hayes match was just fantastic. Also, shouts out to Carmelo for putting on a great showcasing on the main roster. Two great matches on the main roster. You can kind of already see he's ready.
He's ready.
He's ready, but maybe the time right now is not for him. I would like to see another full year at NXT with him and see how the story builds, especially with the Trick William thing going on. So we'll see. I don't think he's ready for main roster, but they don't need him in main roster yet.
You don't think 4 months would be good for him? Just another 4 months, come out to like to do the whole thing they did with Ciampa, where he loses the belt, the Mania, their equivalent to Mania, and then moves on to the main roster.
Yeah, maybe, but I think NXT needs him more just because he's their, him, Bron, and Dragon are their main guys, right? So
But I feel like the only way those guys that you're talking about, that NXT needs it, the only way they're ever gonna get it is if those guys leave and move on, and then they're like, well, now it's on you, and it's make or break. Because a lot of times, man, you gotta throw these kids into the fire for them to make pressure.
That's true.
Pressure makes.
Some people need to do that with, definitely.
Well, that just goes back to when we had Brian on the show and he said what NXT needs to do is sell TV. And if you call these three guys up, you're not selling NXT TV.
That's true.
So you need them to sell
that's
NXT.
That's a good point. But I also agree, like these three that we're talking about right now are so like they're already polished, they're already shined, and they're, I don't want to say so good, but they're so good, better than the rest of the roster, that they stand out so much that it's bad. Because you're like, just call them up already. Like the people that wrestling's not really on their level, and it's not really appealing. Like, we want to see these three get tested. We want to see them in matches that matters.
You do, but
every
also,
match is right.
Go ahead, finish your part.
I feel like every match is right now. Unless with Dragon Lee, he's the champ right now, but none of these matches really matter. Like, yeah, they got some stories, but they're so good, and I feel like they're beyond NXT. So anything that they're doing right now on NXT is kind of pointless.
I see what you're saying, but on the top side, yeah, you do want to see them be challenged also, against the guys on the main roster. But at the same time, it's just like, you also, before they leave what they built, you want to see it leave. You want to see them leaving in good hands. And the only way for them to do that is to train the guys that they're working with right now until they're ready. And and that's just gonna take some time. You know what I mean? I don't think we need to rush it.
You're right on that. Yeah, because there ain't no one right now that can fill any shoes.
Right. Trick maybe, but Trick still needs some time. And we got to let him build that time. So I just think right now, you could call him up because, like we said, all three of those guys are ready. But where are you going to put him in the main roster right now? You know what I mean? Mid card, are we going to have a Butch situation where these guys are just stuck in mid card because they're all three top talents? You know what I mean? All three of those guys can fight for major titles within the main roster. So yeah, I just think
that can also be a tag team title. You know what I mean?
No. I hate when they do let's call them up and put them in a tag.
But you gotta earn your stripes.
Random guys in the tag.
You have to earn your stripes, man.
Yeah, but right now, I think right now what WWE needs to do is kind of compete with AEW with this match quality. Give us some bangers on weekly basis, and put these guys, Breaker, Dragunov, Carmelo, and let them put the spotlight on themselves by having these bangers, and then eventually everyone's be like, yo, you see this, and then it's like, okay, they're competing with AEW, and they're competing with these three guys. These three guys are our AEW's matches. that they can possibly put on a weekly basis. But right now, look, you go to WWE for the good story, you go to AEW for the match, and no one has both right now. It's 1-1.
I mean, these past 2 weeks, I feel like last week's Raw, this week's SmackDown, they've been showcasing some good matches.
Yeah, definitely. But it's only like one guy, and it's
Yeah,
Dragon Lee
it's
right
only
now.
ever really like one, and really it's
that
only
has
Dragon
that-
Lee. It's really,
Yeah.
but clearly Butch is capable of it. Santos is capable of it. I feel like they brought Carmelo up to do the Kevin Owens. Like they are showcasing lately, and
Yeah.
that is good.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
are, but you can't showcase the guys that you called up previously and still have them, mid card titles. Like your guys that you called up are still in the mid card title race. So when do they get their call up for main title
Yeah,
But
races?
like,
I mean,
to me, what you're asking for is like what Anthony said. Like most of the time, your titles are gonna be storyline,
Mhm.
pay-per-view match. Where
Mhm.
these guys like Butch and they're there to put on bangers on regular shows, like Shinsuke and the guy who does the tsunami. I forgot his name. The big dude,
Bronson.
Bronson Reed. You know what
Bronson
I mean?
Reed.
Like, so those type of guys, like you're putting on bangers because they did put on a banger at one point. They were just telling stories, and it's like, yeah, I don't need to do that. Just put on the banger and move on. Just make a random match, and I feel like they're better off doing that without the story. So I feel like last week with Butch and Dragon Lee was that style match, no story, just a banger.
Yeah, that's it.
And I
Like
feel like
AEW is
does
doing
have more of
that,
that.
and
I
like,
could
so
I could
you-
agree. I could
Andrade
agree
right
with you
now.
with
Andrade's
what you're
not
saying.
in any
So
pictures.
you don't, so you don't need
So-
the mid card title on them.
Yeah.
You could just put on a banger.
We're not any titles. Like right now, it's like just compete with AEW on their matches.
Mhm.
Like not every even though just like the tournament. I mean, even though eventually it's for a title, but right now it's just for a spot.
Yeah,
get
there's
to the-
no real
Yeah,
story.
there's really no thing. They're just points.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
we're getting bangers after bangers with this tournament.
That was one of my main problems with Roman's absence, is that they didn't utilize the opportunity to go do a tournament for the number one contender for one hit returns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have it coincide, because a lot of Roman's opponents have been, last like couple opponents has just been like him popping up and somebody be like, yeah man, I want that title match though, and niggas is like, damn bro, who
Exactly.
doesn't? My man's been gone for like a couple months.
Yeah,
Who wouldn't love a
Yeah.
title match right now?
Yeah,
You know what I
pe-
mean?
At this point, I want a title match.
Yeah,
Bro,
People
it's
just been
everyone
calling
should
their
get a
shot,
title
for
match.
real.
Yeah,
Right.
think about it.
Like,
When LA Knight got his title match, it was Cena like, listen, I know somebody who deserves a title match. And Roman's like, yeah, bro,
Ooh.
yeah, big boy, it's not you. He's like, no, it's not me, it's this guy. And now Randy's like, yeah, I want that title match. Bro, they would have been utilized so much more time and space, or more people. You'd be like, okay, Roman's out for 3 months, but we're gonna do a 16-man tournament, single elimination.
And they're gonna
One and
rock that
done.
forever.
Take notes, Drew McIntyre.
Like 2 months, bro. It could have taken like 2 months, and then they just going through the motions, and then they start beefing with the bloodline, Jimmy, then Solo, then Roman. You know what I mean? Instead of just beefing with Jimmy and Solo through the weeks until
It's kinda-
Roman comes back. Because I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna
kinda
lie,
the same blueprint.
the moment you start beefing with Jimmy and Solo, we're like, he's next.
You're
Stop.
getting a title
Mhm.
shot.
You're getting a
Ew.
title match, are you?
Yeah.
You know what
Even
I
if
mean?
it's
Well,
even if they injured him and you gotta wait 3 months.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, look at
Yeah,
AJ.
yeah.
AJ beefing with the bloodline. My man's came back, not wanting Roman, not wanting Solo. He wants Roman. He's like, I want that title match.
Yeah, even though Roman had Roman didn't take you out, bro. That was
Roman didn't
Solo
touch-
that fell.
Facts.
His
Mhm.
big,
It was
big
not Roman
body
at
on
all.
you.
It was not
Yeah.
Roman at all. Roman was on the island of relevancy, minding his own business, getting away from Cody.
He wasn't even in the same building, bro.
He, he wasn't.
well, with
but
all this NXT roster talk, Zombie King, what you have for NXT this past Tuesday?
NXT last show of the year, jam packed with a lot of decent. But anyway, first match opening, all or nothing match. Chase U out the mud. It was all or nothing for Chase U. Unfortunately, they got nothing. Out the mud, beat him. It was a good match until the ending. Homeboy, I can't remember his name, the one without the tank top, kind of lost his footing there. But I kind of like out the mud. I don't know. There's something about him.
I like
There's
them. I don't
something
like
about
their
him
name.
that's like, you know what? I
Fair
can
enough.
get behind him. And I
Yeah,
think.
Hey,
Go ahead.
they gotta change the name. I just don't
They
like.
gotta change the name or change the gear, something.
Yeah, they
But
don't look like partners. They look like
yeah,
random
no.
together.
But my opinion about them, the one with the tank top, I gotta figure out their name. He has a little more charisma than the other guy. Like he has a little more oomph. I like him. Their footwork was good until the end. Good opening, solid, decent, good showing.
You
I don't know where they're
would
going with this Chase U thing.
you would like a guy who's wrestling in a pair of 6 rings.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
No, I
Well,
do like him. I will say, look, 2 things for me. One, out the mud name gotta go. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it.
Yo.
No,
Out
I
the
get it. I
mud.
get it. But it's just like it's not
From
a
the
tag team. It's
trenches.
just not like. Nah,
it's a faction name.
Yo, that's it.
I
It's
don't
the tag
know.
team name.
Two-
When they get the tag team belts, like, yo, we got these titles
Out the mud.
You're like, oh.
But
Yeah.
no, they don't get the Tozawa stank. But when they win the gold, aren't they technically out the mud?
That's still in the mud, baby.
They made it.
No. It's always getting out the mud.
So will they be in
Always
the
getting out
mud?
the mud.
Out the mud is past tense. Out the mud is past tense. You got it out the mud.
What?
You got it out the mud, and now you're here. That's what past.
Now you
That's what
stay out the
means.
mud.
I need a better
Yeah.
explanation from them. My second thing with them is
I'll send you Urban Dictionary.
Hey man, stay away from the mud.
my second thing with them is Scripps, Reggie, whatever you go by now, my guy. You're the only one who needs to do the talking. The other 2 should not be talking. If you're gonna be a manager,
I mean, in ring smack talk is fine, but promos,
but
I agree.
promos, it just needs to be Reggie or Scripps, whatever he's going by nowadays.
Only because if it's
They don't
not,
even know.
what's the point of scripts? You know what I mean? If they're talking for themselves,
if they're
what's the
talking
point
for
of you?
themselves, what's the point? Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're a small dude, you know what I mean. Like you're next to these 2
Yeah, you can do flips.
giant
Okay,
behemoths,
ricochet.
you know. So it's just that's the only thing I got. That's the only thing I got. Go ahead with your NXT
All
talk though.
Heritage Cup title match. Noam Dar, Josh Briggs. It was decent. I still don't understand the match, but shout out to Noam Dar. If you're a Nate Diaz fan, he kind of pulled out a little Nate Diaz there. Instead of doing the middle fingers, he pulled up the pink shine. So I caught that. That was pretty cool. So shout outs to Noam Dar if he's a Nate Diaz fan for pulling that off. He had him in the triangle. Hit him with that. I pop for that.
I don't like it.
Hey man, I pop for it.
I will look. All I'm saying is, Shawn Michaels, you've been cooking this year. You've been cooking, but everybody knows the Heritage Cup is not for Americans, and you keep letting Noam Dar fight these Americans. We already know who's winning.
I still don't understand.
We kind of get a good match, but we already know who's. Give us somebody like, oh, this dude actually might take it off of Noam Dar.
But I do give it this. Noam Dar wrestles almost like it's an MMA, type of match. He does a lot of striking, a lot of submission holds, and a lot of triangle chokes and stuff like that. If that's what they're going for, I'll go watch UFC. Like, I don't need to see rounds in wrestling. But whatever. We got Jade defeats.
Oh man, I can't wait for the main event.
Hey, you know what? I'll keep it, but I'm gonna give you this a little peep. I got some good things about the main event, but we got Jade defeats. I can't pronounce her name. What's her last name?
Petrovic.
There we go.
Petrovic.
It was a solid match. It was good for the NXT women locker room.
Cora Jade is the goods,
comes
man.
back.
She's a star. She's a star.
Superstar.
I mean,
Talented.
I think she needs the. I don't know. I feel like she's just missing something very small to really.
She ain't missing nothing, bro. Like the guy said, she's talented.
Talented.
She's really
she's a superstar,
goods.
dude.
And
she is the goods, man.
When she came out
No,
with
she's
the
good.
back and the back, I knew
She's
she was
definitely a
star.
good leader in the match.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, she can definitely lead. Yeah.
100%. When she gets that
I don't know,
NXT
I feel
title,
like there's something this. I don't know. I mean, I think so.
It's coming. It's coming.
It'll be a nice.
coming. Oh,
It'll be
yeah,
a
it's
nice
coming.
change.
It's been
Definitely
a
coming.
long time coming.
it's definitely coming.
Yeah. I mean, I really like it. Something new. Not new, but new recently. Bond breaker, faster. I mean, call him up already. I mean, it's this
Bron or
like,
Nathan
what's
Frazer?
the point?
You know who.
Nathan Frazer don't need to be called up.
No, it's Bron.
Nah, man.
I know, of course, it's Bron. Bron needs to be. It's like, what's the point? What's the point?
Building
You're the badass of NXT.
Building those next couple guys, man. Just giving us
Yeah,
something
but
to build off of.
it's almost to a point where you're too big for the pond now. You know what I mean? You're just.
Is he though? Because he lost his title and we've been seeing him just be a bully.
Yeah, but I mean, after that, he has to rub with the Undertaker
I don't
and
got
all
my
that.
NXT title, my NXT title, so I'm gonna go beat a bunch of cruiserweights.
Well, sounds like Drew McIntyre.
That's
What else he
basically
got
Drew
to do?
McIntyre.
I mean, there's nothing else in NXT for him. I think, me personally.
I mean, honestly, what they're doing with Bron is they're just showing that they're asking him, "Can you be a big deal for the title?"
Mm-hmm.
And he has been. He's been every match that he's been on has been like, okay, it's Bron motherfucking breaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has the
Bron
nastiest.
Breaker.
He has the nastiest spear in the game. I don't care what promotion you're watching.
I don't know.
It's
Bobby
downright
Lashley has a
filthy.
good one.
I don't know about that, man. Bobby
Who was
has
it?
literally.
The front
I
flip
was
spear?
Yeah,
like
but I was
that.
just talking about that
It's
spear
different.
with Jacob today, and I love that spear. I really do love that spear.
I don't know. I think Bron got the best spear in the game, man.
I was
I'm
talking
saying
about how
a lot of
Batista's
people do
is.
spears.
But listen,
That definitely needs to be a
Batista
poll.
hasn't dropped a spear in God knows
It's the
how
worst.
long.
It's the worst spear of all time. It's horrible.
Who?
So, Batista's.
Compared to Edge or Adam Copeland?
No, Adam Copeland is one of my favorites.
I don't like the
because
spear.
he's so small, it always made sense to him drop the two knees. Where like, I don't know, like Batista does a similar thing to as Adam Copeland. It's like, no, you're too big to drop the knees like that. It don't make sense.
No,
Like,
I don't.
You're supposed to do it like Bobby Lashley, where it's like, bam, like Now I fall out the way.
I don't like. Listen, I don't like Adam Copeland's spear. I never liked Edge's spear when he was in the E. Adam Copeland's spear, I don't like it because what he does is he comes at you with the shoulder, and then like he does that Jordan Game 6 push off.
Yeah,
onto your stomach, onto the floor,
and then he drops his knees.
Then he drops his knees, so it's like, oh my god, he speared through him. No, buddy, I saw you. I saw you put your hand on his abdomen and gently caress him onto the floor. Hey yo,
entertainment, Chano, entertainment.
Listen, Bron Breaker. That man's putting his shoulder through your body. You gonna like it or not? You eating that spear, boy.
I will say all y'all are sleeping because the best spear ever to be done in the history of wrestling is by my guy Rhino. Best spear in the game.
The gore was crazy. The gore is
Rhino has a good spear.
Gore.
No, the gore is filthy because with the gore, he's trying to go through you. The gore was filthy.
But with that being said, Zombie King, go ahead and finish up NXT.
What else?
You know what else is filthy? Joey Gacy. Blah. All right, he defeats Joe Coffey. Whatever. Blah.
Who are these guys?
At this point, what's the point? Nothing. Semi-final match.
Is not.
Rally. I wasn't too impressed. Lexus King. He defeats Lexus King. Decent. Next one. What's better? Next semi-final was. You gotta help me out with the Fami?
Abba Fami? He's filthy, bro.
Abba Fami.
Filthy.
Superstar. He needs to win this whole thing.
I swear
and
to God,
I
bro.
think so. It was better out the two. Heights was alright.
Tavian Heights is good too, but
he's okay. Femi's filthy,
he was okay.
Bro. Filthy.
Yeah, Femi is filthy.
Yeah, I want to know what X sports he played. He was definitely like a linebacker.
No. It wasn't even. I don't think it was football, brother.
That's a big dude.
I looked into it.
He was a professional volleyball player.
I looked into it like 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna look into it. I looked into it like 2 weeks ago. It wasn't football, bro. He is filthy. I think he's only like 23 too.
He's super good. I would have loved to see him and Lexus King at the final. I don't understand. I kind of understand why Lexus King was in the breakout tournament because he's a name, so you have people watch. He did lose to Riley Osborne, like you said, off of distraction because the guy that he beat up to get in the breakout tournament is like stalking him now, and the guy that's stalking him doesn't even look like he could be a good wrestler. So,
but I agree with they should have had Alexis King, because who's gonna lead the next match? Like they're both green.
This is Femi. Femi's taking over. That Femi's winning this whole thing.
Oh yeah, but like you gotta understand, there's the blind leading the blind here.
That's the whole point of NXT.
I guess
that's facts.
But main event,
especially the point of the tournament too.
Yeah,
breakout.
Alexis King,
it's breakout. Breakout. Yeah,
but I think if you're gonna put Alexis King and put all this spotlight on him, at least gonna go to the semifinals.
Nah, he's whack.
Femi played.
Sorry, Chance.
Femi played.
Hey man, that entrance is dope though.
He ran track. Ran track, bro. Ran track.
You mean he ran track?
He ran track, bro. He's 6'4". He's 6'4". Nick Saban said, "I don't even want you on my team."
Nick Saban messed up.
He messed up. That man is a monster.
How do you that big? His cardio is amazing.
I don't want him chasing me, bro.
I pull up to the track meet and that dude lines up next to me. I'm out, coach.
I'm out.
Coach, I'm out.
He's 6'4". He's a
He's
massive
living
dude.
indents on the floor, coach. Look, I can. What am I running against here?
Let's go ahead and talk about this main event, sir. Because you said you got some good things. I need to hear this.
Yes,
I need to hear this.
This is actually the better, or probably the best underground match there is. If you enjoy the catch wrestling, type of wrestling, I'm not a fan of no ropes, but I enjoy this. I don't know. It was probably Jijax because he's been very on fire this year, and he was. I probably consider him probably a guy that really elevated this year. So maybe it was not Dijax for me that made this match really good, but really good. I enjoyed it.
I don't see the hype. I don't see the hype with Dijak. I don't see the hype with Dijak. He just big as shit.
He's big as shit. He's good on the mic. He's good on Twitter. He has all the tools.
He's good in ring. I mean,
he's really good in ring.
I think Dijak really elevated this year.
We can't get into it. It might be the leather jacket. That's what he don't like. It's leather stuff that Chance doesn't like. Wrestling. and I'm not here for it tonight. That's all I'm
Anyone
gonna say.
that wears leather is on my shit list. But all right, I'm gonna end it with a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Should Trick wait or take his shot?
Take that shot.
Take the shot.
Like,
take all your opportunities
and be like, I'll wait until he's 100%.
I hate baby faces that do shit like that.
As a professional wrestler,
take your shot.
Yes, you should know. Take your shot because this business is so unforgiving, and if you don't take your shots, who knows where you will be in the next year?
Yep,
that's it.
Ben has a good.
But also,
I hate when
Go ahead.
I hate when baby faces do baby face shit. Like, you remember when Cena won the Money in the Bank and instead of cashing in after a match, he was like, "No, I want you specifically at this pay-per-view." I'm like, what is wrong with you, bro?
I want you healthy, 100%, and not beaten up by 10 guys. Shut up, Cena.
PTSD. That was just PTSD.
Yo, honestly, you know who said that but didn't follow through? Because it's time for my AEW recap. My man's Samoa Joe.
Damn.
So listen, I saw AEW this week. I'm not gonna hold you. There was some parts I liked. Mostly, I'm still a hater because I'm still bitter over Full Gear. I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly what it is. I'm not emotionally healed. Super MJF is a thing, and I hate that it took like a pipe. What was it, like a pipe to the forearm, and like a bullshit finish. My man's took a pipe to the forearm, a DDT through the ropes, and my man's gonna kick out. Meanwhile, my man's Jay White hit him with everything he had in his book, and it wasn't enough. If my man just needed a steel pipe, bro, just say that. I would have handed it to him myself in fucking Washington. I would have gave it to my guy. But honestly, what do you? I feel like this devil thing is gonna make or break like the next 6 months for AEW, man.
It needs to be. It just needs to be a big reveal. It needs to be.
Yeah, definitely.
It needs to be one of those Michael Cole. Shit. Yeah, it needs to be one of those Michael Cole, oh my God moments. You know what I mean? Like, oh damn, it's you got to say it's these guys, and
But who?
we'll get it. We'll get into that. I
Yeah,
know you
we're
want to talk. I know you want to talk
before we
about it.
start
We'll get into it. But go ahead.
Listen.
Continue your recap.
Continue.
Listen, I'm just swearing with the devil shit because that shit was terrible. Baggio.
Wasn't a fan.
Listen, if you know there's one thing I've been talking about that I don't understand. This is Don Callis bullshit, man. I don't understand the Don Callis family.
Hey,
but man,
man.
First off, I don't believe Don Callis is a heel at this point. Like Don Callis got a heat for I don't even know what reason anymore, bro. My man's came out, minding his business. He has 4 pictures, and everybody's like, "Fuck you, Callis." I'm like, Jesus. I'm like,
he didn't even say nothing to you guys.
he didn't even say anything yet. Let the man, Don Callis is like, "Oh my god, why do you guys feel this way?"
What have I done to you?
He's like, "What is wrong?" Then you got Hobbs and fucking Takeshita looking lost as shit. This nigga's just big and shit for no reason. Just like, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, you might have not liked the segment, but respect the art that was made in that ring.
Fire!
Oh yeah,
oh my god, the pictures were the pictures were amazing. They were great. They were fire pictures. I was so mad at it. I was like, "Yo, I'm like, who does this man's work?" Like,
Don, you didn't hear him? He said, "I did this one myself." With the one with Takeshita, he's like, "I did this one myself, Takeshita, son." I'm like, "No, you didn't, Don. You ain't lying. You lying to everybody, and everybody knows you ain't telling the truth."
Man, but it was so bad because I generally feel like the Don Callis thing kind of took away from Takeshita because he beat Omega twice. That's a big deal. Kenny's that guy. Kenny is him. Top 5 wrestlers in the world, top 2 when he healthy. You know what I mean? Kenny's that guy. He took it away. Like Takeshita hasn't done shit with it. Hobbs hasn't done shit with anything he's doing. The other kid, Riley, really? I don't know what his name is.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly, like, bro, he's a Ring of Honor guy, so I'm not really expecting much from him right now. Like,
he's an AEW guy. He's an AEW guy.
Listen, you know how I feel about what the main titles guy with them tiny ass straps. But like you know what I mean? Like Don isn't really doing nothing with him. And then we get Sammy Guevara back, midder than ever. I am glad he got rid of that fucking Crunchyroll fucking Titantron shit he had because that shit was terrible. That shit was so good. No pop.
Zero pop.
No pop when his music dropped.
Because first off, nobody thought it was him. It was like, there's no corny ass background in the Titantron. Who is this guy? It was like black and gray. I'm like, damn, fatherhood really changed my man's over here, bro.
Yeah.
He said
5 o'clock shadow.
He said, Don, it's cool. But who told you to put my baby on this?
Yeah, I was like, what's the point? I was like, that's nice. That was a nice picture, bro.
It was mad nice. It was mad thoughtful.
Right? Thanks, bro.
It was mad thoughtful, bro.
I appreciate it.
Like,
Thanks for the gift. Merry Christmas.
Like me and BP, like we went to Grand Slam when he turned on Jericho. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like that was the only time I've ever heard Sammy get a reaction. Because he turned on Jericho. So for him to come back all angry trying to be a face, I was like, is this a face turn already? I was like,
already? It's crazy because he gets more boos than cheers. I mean, it's stale either way when he's in the building. Never mind.
You know what it is?
It's probably definitely because Kenny's out and they need a tag partner for Jericho.
Obviously, Sammy has a punchable face. Sammy has the most punchable face.
It's like
in
Sammy
AEW.
was never it.
Never will be.
He was always just like a body. Like you need an extra guy that can work in the ring. You're Sammy. Yeah, that's it. He's your guy.
Bro, it's so bad.
He'll take the bumps.
He's having a promo. He's like, you know who didn't call me? Don Callis. I'm like, bro, he's a known asshole. Was you really expecting to get world card from this man? You're lucky that he made you a photo with all you guys in it. He congratulated you to fatherhood. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want?
But let's be honest. He can give 2 shits about your baby, bro. Like come on.
Bro, he doesn't give a fuck about you. What are you expecting?
On that Brock Lesnar status.
Yo, and then you got Jericho coming out. Fucking, oh my god. Fucking Jericho, man. Like, listen, I got nothing to say. He came out. He came out. Whatever. They started cleaning the house. Like, yes. Then who else come out? Big Bill, Ricky Starks. For what, bro? For what reason, bro? Shit was mad unnecessary. And then, the return that nobody wanted. Sting and Darby Allin are back.
I didn't know they left. I thought that.
I didn't know they left. I feel like Sting was there 2 weeks ago.
No one said they were injured or nothing. They just wasn't booked.
Bro, the lights appeared. Bro, the lights went dark. I was like, oh my god, the devil is attacking more people. This is amazing. Then I saw Sting, Darby Allin. I was like, oh, this sucks. I'm like, this fucking blows.
This is another match.
All right.
And now, we got an 8-man tag at World's End. Fucking garbage.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Fucking absolute garbage. Shit was fucking
there's
ass.
like, what match we need a match that we need to give Chance so he can use the bathroom. They did that just for you,
the
bro.
Match.
There's a match to use the bathroom.
No, there's another match on the card.
Okay.
No, he's taking number 2 that night, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the toilet for like 45 minutes. I'm gonna wait for a text. Joe's fighting MGF.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Sting is going on for 45 minutes, bro.
Oh
yeah, man.
God.
You didn't know?
Oh my God.
Broadway. Let's go.
Somebody have an ambulance on standby, please.
God no.
God no.
Hey, look. Just hear me out. Match. Just hear me out. Sammy Guevara gets hurt, right? Can't be in the match on Saturday night. Jericho's like, don't worry, I got a friend.
Oh, God.
They all come out. They're like, who's Jericho's friend? And then all you hear is the woo.
That's funny because
that is one wrestler I never want to see ever.
Again.
And Ric Flair comes walking down
as the devil.
Rick.
As the devil.
No, as the devil.
What if Scotty Too Hottie is the devil? Because I know you saw
it. No.
What if Scotty Too Hottie is the devil?
No. Look. Let's get this clear right now. Pre-show, before the event, cool, dope that Scotty Too Hottie was doing his thing. Does he need to be in wrestling right now? Probably not. That's the last person I want to see in a wrestling ring doing anything with the main roster guys on AEW match.
Fuck that. Give me Scotty Too Hottie as the devil, and I'm all elite.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Scotty Too Hottie got a pop just shows the age demographic for AEW.
Yes,
because we've seen him come back to WWE to no pop.
Yeah. We saw D'Lo Brown come back to nobody. D'Lo Brown came back, and
that's my guy too.
And everybody's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And you see all the dads like, "Oh my God, it's fucking D'Lo Brown!"
The fucking handshake.
Oh man, let's close up your AEW, man.
All right, let's get into this Continental fucking classic. I'm gonna go into the ugly then the good because I feel like that's how we're going. The triple threat match. It was a really good match. I enjoyed it for what it was. I realized I'm just a BCC hater. John Moxley,
correct.
Not a big fan. I respect the work. Extremely talented. He's extremely talented. I'm not saying he's a bum. His wrestling is just not for me, you know. Nothing. Honestly, I've been noticing this for weeks. My man has every single one of his OWE friends moveset. Nigga has a stomp. He has an RKO.
Yeah, you know, is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, everybody you ever liked in the E, you have one of their moves. Like, bro, this
Cody
does the same thing.
Go back.
Yeah, but Cody does the same thing. Cody does do the same thing.
Go home.
I'm waiting for Cody to hit Roman Reigns with the one-winged angel at WrestleMania 41.
I would lose my mind.
It's coming.
It's coming. I would lose every single AEW mark would lose their absolute mind.
It's the one-winged angel. It's the one-winged angel on Roman Reigns because nobody kicks out of it. It's a protected move in wrestling, and then bam, Cody Rhodes finished his story with the one-winged angel.
You think Roman Reigns is gonna let Cody finish him off with a one-winged angel? He's kicking out.
He's gonna kick out and then smile in the camera.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, you thought that was enough?
Right?
You thought that was it?
Nothing Cody got is enough, bro. I'm sorry.
I hope
that's
not.
true. That's true.
But back to mid Moxley. Fucking
damn.
Nah, listen, talented. It's not for me. Listen, I don't know what it is, man. Moxley, talented, just really not for me, guys. Swerve and Jay White though, those are them dudes. Those are
those
them
guys.
dudes. It was a really good match. Honestly, I don't think Mox needed this win, but I understand it's for the greater purpose of the next match. Because we had Eddie versus Brian Danielson. Banger, bro. Banger.
I watched it 3 times.
Bro, amazing, man. Eddie's probably one of my favorite wrestlers one of my favorite wrestlers right now, and I've been saying that for a while.
Eddie's one of the few guys that when I watch him, either wrestling or talking, he makes my fucking hair stands up. Like, it's how much emotions he brings into his craft is amazing.
He's so underrated, you know? It's just like, I tell people all the time, like, if I'm watching AEW and Eddie Kingston's coming out, it's like, oh, like, who the hell is this guy? He looks like a bum. And it's just like, excuse me. He's just like, no. I'm like, dude, no. Like, what? Like, this dude can work his ass off. He's so underrated. He's as underrated as, like, Orange Cassidy. You know what I mean? Like, people just don't give him their respect. And then when you see their in-ring work, dude, they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal. They're meant to be in this business. Is Eddie out of shape? And what, you know, and so, yes, but who gives a fuck? Who isn't out of shape as a wrestler right now? You know what I mean? So it's just, man, you just got to give Eddie props. You just got to give Eddie props. And I think this title is his. I think this whole tournament is his. It's his to take. He deserves it. He's loved in Ring of Honor, loved in New Japan Wrestling, loved in the AEW locker room. So why not have him represent your company as a whole?
Honestly, I will say this. I feel like if Eddie ever seriously got into shape, he would lose his whole entire character.
100%.
Yeah, that's a fact.
100%.
You know what I mean? Could you imagine, like, Eddie Kingston be mad, jacked, and Aki as shit?
He'd be like a Puerto Rican powerhouse Hobbs. big for no reason.
He's like, nobody gives a fuck about me, guys. I'm like, Eddie, look at you. You're fucking swole, bro.
Yeah.
Eddie the whole underdog aspect.
Yeah. I feel like every time I see he's like, my uncle became a wrestler. You know, he's just like, jumped in the ring one day. But I like, even though it's not a good nickname, but I feel like the Kings of the Bums is like the perfect. It's so bad, but it's good because he's not a bum. But it's like he comes from there. You know what I mean? So I feel like that fits him so perfectly, and like to represent that is just. I love him. I love everything about Eddie Kingston.
It's hard, bro. It's hard not to, man. Like, it's really hard not to watch an Eddie Kingston match, especially as a New Yorker. I will say this. Up to this year, I wasn't really aware of that many actual New Yorkers who was wrestling and shit. Like, you know what I mean? We got Priest, you got Zelina Vega, you got Cross. There's a few other dudes, but like those dudes don't really look like New Yorkers. You know what I mean? They look more Puerto Rican.
They don't relate to you.
They look more Puerto Rican than anything. You know what I mean? Like Damian Priest talk about Barrios Puerto Rico all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I see Eddie Kingston. I seen Eddie Kingston on my block like 10 times growing up. You know what I mean? On different blocks. I'm not talking about Eddie Kingston particularly, but I've seen dudes that look like Eddie Kingston all the time.
Yeah.
Light skinned Spanish dude, clearly
exactly. That's your deal,
know,
bro. That's your deal that comes over and eats 2 plates of fucking Thanksgiving.
And fucking knocks on your couch. You know what I mean? Leaves in the morning, bro. Like
that's your deal you don't fuck with though if he come over. You know what I mean?
I don't, bro. But like,
as we lock the doors,
and everything about Eddie Kingston screams. I am in New York, nigga. This is not my gimmick. This is just who I am. What you see is what you get.
100%.
Bro, that's so refreshing as a gimmick because it doesn't even feel like a gimmick. It feels like him, bro. I feel like if I see Eddie Kingston right now. Gimmick. I'd have the same type of conversation with Eddie Kingston about some real life shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he's just that dude. He's honestly just that dude.
No, yeah,
let's say it like this: Eddie, if you ever listen to our podcast and you can ever jump on, that will be a goal for us. We will feel like honored. We made it. We're here.
It doesn't even have to be a wrestling podcast.
Peep the hat.
Peep the hat, Eddie. Peep the hat.
I feel like if Eddie came on here, bro, he just gonna chop us up.
Oh man,
take a chop, Eddie. You can chop. Let's go, boy. I'll be honored to take a chop. Just don't chop me my nipple.
You saw Danny Bryan's chest though. Danny Bryan's chest was.
Oh, dude. The chops he was giving Daniel, dude.
That shit was disgusting. Yo, but man. Back to my question, which is, Excuse me, gentlemen. One of the headliners of the week. The devil shenanigans with Samoa Joe. Honestly, I feel like who the devil is obvious. I feel like it's obviously Adam Cole.
You think so?
Everything about it screams Adam Cole. If you think about it, who's the one that
at
told?
first I thought it was the Kingdom.
Bro, all of it is probably the Kingdom. If you think
That's
about
what I'm saying.
Who
Do you think the injury is fake or is real?
I think it was probably real, but I don't think it was as severe as it was initially let on.
Okay,
Could be.
Because then you got Kevin
if-
Owens on the work calling him out
it's-
in WWE TV. Like, get well soon, man. Like,
No, but you
If
know what I mean.
it's-
I feel like it's obviously Adam. Like who told
else would it
MJF to give Joe a match? Then who told MJF to trust in Joe? You know what I mean?
Boom. Jinkies.
I'm
Had a
like, bro,
fucking Jinkies moment.
but MJF does not trust nobody. He says it every single week. The only person I care about, and is my friend, is my bro Chacho, Adam Cole. You know what I mean?
You know what? The more you explain it, I agree, because that's the only one that's gonna give us like, oh shit.
And if it's not even an oh shit moment, bro. Because I feel like when the devil first came out, I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna listen to that podcast. I felt like I was like, nah, that's Adam Cole. Because who else could it possibly be? When he sat down,
I mean, it's probably Roderick Strong.
he's probably associated with them.
What if?
Yeah,
What if it's?
Look at the font. The font was the same from the Titantron to the board. It's MJF. It's the same font, bro.
What if Tony Khan is doing a shot? And just hear me out on here. I'm just gonna go off the limb. But what if Tony Khan is doing a shot at the WWE, and let's say it is Adam Cole, right? And this whole faction is just ex WWE guys, and he calls them Nexus. Look at Jason.
I mean,
Jason's
that would
like,
be-
nah. Jason's like, that
mean,
better
yo.
not happen. Yo, that better
I'm
not
turning.
happen.
I swear to God, I'm turning the TV off so fucking fast.
That's pretty bad.
Over.
What if it's Adam
just the-
Cole and he's like,
What's-
yeah, we're Adam. It's me. I did it. And this is my faction, and we're Nexus, and it's a yellow band with a black end, Nexus.
That's it.
And he's bringing it back, and it's just him and a bunch of ex WWE guys that got cut, and they're gonna try to take over AEW.
Right back is one
I'll
of
tell you
them.
what though, you know who'd be foaming at the mouth? Wade Barrett, one. He'd be foaming at the mouth.
Oh yeah.
Two, Vince would catch a cold chill, and he would just start suing shit out of them. Bro.
Suing everybody.
Calling his neighbors as
Everybody
soon
getting
as
sued.
everybody's getting sued.
Yeah. You're getting sued.
Everybody's
You're
getting sued,
getting.
bro.
Nah, but I mean, if it is Adam Cole though, like, I agree with Chance. It's kind of too late. It's not. Oh shit! It was Adam Cole. It's kind of like, man, it's Adam Cole, baby.
Bro, I'll tell you right now.
But what does Adam Cole gain out of him losing the championship to Joe?
He doesn't want him to lose the championship to Joe. He just wants MJF to have absolutely nobody and be at his absolute lowest.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
all it really
We don't
boils
know.
down
We
to.
don't know what's gonna happen Saturday night. What if the devil actually helps Adam retain this title and squashes that alliance with Joe? And if it is Adam Cole, I could see Adam Cole doing that, and then revealing himself as the devil and saying like, no, you owe me a match, and I'm gonna come get that title.
Listen, it could be. Honestly, I'm gonna give you two names. It's either Adam Cole or shitty ass Jack Perry. It's
Can't be
one
Jack
or
Perry.
If it's
bro,
Jack
one or the
Perry,
other.
I'm turning my TV off.
Bro, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I'll
who
never
it is.
probably
If it's
watch
not,
Doesn't
bro,
matter who it is at this point.
If it's
It doesn't matter
if it's
who it
Jack
is.
Perry, I'm gonna have an hour long. What are we doing?
I'm telling you right now, it's better off if it's Ric Flair.
Ric Flair is the devil.
Oh damn.
Bro, you think I'm playing? Give me
Oh,
right back.
man.
Just give me right back. At least I will laugh at it. And I'd be like, you know what, Tony?
Let's-
You tried. You tried, my guy. I appreciate
We'll
that.
see.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll
Hey,
talk. We'll talk some
I
more
definitely appreciate
World's
that.
End. World's End here towards the end of the show. Since Raw didn't technically have an episode, it was more of a recap, just showing all the great things that happened this year within wrestling. I decided to ask you guys some questions myself, only because everybody else is doing it, but I kind of want to see where you guys are at. So my first question is, who was your wrestler of the year, man and woman?
So, I'll start, man. I gotta say, this year for the women's, I'm going with Io Sky. She had an amazing year. She won the championship. Was included in almost like every storyline with all the greats that are involved in the WWE right now, from Bianca to Charlotte. had a great match at Puerto Rico with Bianca. I think she just had a wonderful year. Money in the Bank winner. The list goes on. Speaking of the Money in the Bank, that leads me to my men's pick, which is Damian Priest. The guy's had a money year. I think the reason why I pick him to be my guy of the year is because I'm excited for 2024. He still has the Money in the Bank, and I do believe he's going to win one of these championships. So, yeah, those are my two picks. Puerto Rico in the house.
DP and EO.
Both Puerto Ricans, bro.
Puerto Ricans.
Ego's honorary, but, she's essentially.
No, I definitely agree. I think my pick for the men's is same, Damian Priest. I mean, after that Bad Bunny match, that really showed that he's a heavy hitter, top player. It showed a lot, to take a guy that don't wrestle and have a match the way he did with Bad Bunny. Like, everyone's still talking about that match with a celebrity. That it's very, very good. I agree. So Damian Priest, man of the year for me, and then his girl Rhea Ripley. I mean, you guys may not agree with that, but I mean, she's been champ all year, showing that she's a heavy hitter. Maybe not the match quality wise this year, but there's segments, that's being that top women's champion. So that's mine. Rhea, Damian Priest.
Oh man, I love the fact that Puerto Rico's getting love right now, but I feel like you guys are just like obviously wrong. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's just crazy to me. This is just wild. I mean, Damian Priest back to back. I'm like, damn, he's not even in my top 5 for the year right now. Damn,
that's facts. That's facts for me too. I'm with you there, Chana.
I was like, am I missing something?
There's only 1 2-time double champs. You know what I'm saying? It's Damian Priest. He's the only one to ever do it.
That's cool. I'm happy.
I mean, you gotta understand. He was a lackey, and now he's opening and closing.
Yeah,
I mean, he got his group with him, but he's opening and closing Raw on a weekly basis.
I mean, that's why Raw is mid as fuck when they open and close.
Wow.
But we act like we're not gonna go back in the tapes and he'll be like, yeah, Judgment Day is just getting out of control, opening and closing, man.
I mean, there was a time, but they still were. They were those guys. They're tag team champions. Damian had 2 title matches. You know what I mean? Like
it's annoying, but they're still putting.
No, I'm not.
That spot still means something.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's just all that wipe out pride in you guys.
Y'all weren't there. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't there.
All those fucking Goya beans and fucking yellow rice. You niggas was like, yeah.
Who's your wrestler? Who's your wrestler of the year, Chance? Who you got as
so obvious?
Listen, honestly, my wrestler of the year is tied. It's not the Tribal Chief as much as I love the Tribal Chief. My co-men's wrestler of the year is Swerve Strickland and Eddie Kingston. Eddie had
goes mid.
Eddie had a magic. You're a hater. You know that first and foremost. My man's just talking.
The crowd went mid, bro. There was an air of silence that went like, okay. I wouldn't say obvious. That's what the silence said. The silence said, I wouldn't say obvious.
Reading the room, bro. Reading the room.
Now, honestly, Eddie had a magical year, bro. Like Eddie had a bro. My man's Eddie Kingston went to All In Wembley in a Knicks jersey.
That's fire.
That bro, fire! My man's wrestled in a Puerto Rico and a team Puerto Rico baseball jersey, bro. Like, what are we talking?
My man's is coming at you for picking at people because y'all Puerto Rican, and he picking somebody just because he wore a Knicks jersey. I'm done.
I mean, I'm not picking Damian just because he's Puerto Rican. He became a
fantastic
lackey to a main event wrestler.
No. But
all your answers are wild. No, who's your woman of the year?
Wait a minute. My second co-men's pick was Swerve because Swerve had a good banging ass year too. Swerve stepped up.
Had a great year.
Yeah, it was a good year. Wouldn't be better than Damian, but it's good.
So is that crack we smell in the air?
Oh, it's better than Damian's? Okay.
Way better than Damian's. We celebrating tag team championships over here.
Yes, because that's what Swerve did this year, and that's all Swerve did this year. Yeah, that's the only thing Swerve did this year was with a tag team title.
That's crazy. And my women's of the year is Toni Storm.
I love that.
Tony's clearly the woman of the year. But back to this Damian Priest shit, bro. My man's won the tag team titles. And my man's is like, yo, he did
twice.
twice. Oh my god.
Had 2 title matches.
Oh,
Won the Money in the
okay.
Bank.
oh my
Main
god.
evented Backlash. Come on, bro. The list
He
goes
did-
on. What you mean?
Martin-
First
Yeah,
off,
he did a lot.
he
And
did
not only
not
that,
main
he
event
became, like,
Backlash. He was
What?
he
he
did not main
elevated
event
himself
Backlash.
so much.
It was a
this year,
it was a
dude.
co-main event. He
It-
main evented Backlash. It was a co-main event.
It was a
It was
co-main event.
It was the
a
third. It was the third before last, but it was literally titled co-main event. It was titled co-main
Bro,
event. There was
there was 3 main, bro. There's 3 main
That's what
events.
they
You can't
said.
have 3 main events, but all of them be a main event, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. It was a
Amen.
Hey,
Amen.
not-
No,
Martin-
okay. It was, and I'm wrong. It was 4 matches before the last match, but still was.
It's not a fucking main event. Man's talking about he main evented Backlash.
He did have a main event match with Seth Rollins, though.
When?
Am I wrong?
On
At one
Raw?
of the pay-per-views. Was it
No,
only on Raw?
Only on Raw.
Finn Balor had it, you're right? Finn Balor, but he did have 2 on Raw then.
Yeah,
Oh, he had
that's
a
what-
couple main
that's
events.
what we're celebrating over here.
No,
Yeah,
he was
I'm
supposed to
listening.
have a main event with Seth Rollins, but then he won the Money in the Bank, and they had to scrap that.
Yeah, they had to scrap that.
Yeah.
But hold up. What title shot did Swerve have? I mean, what title did he have? Like, what you're talking that
I will-
Gaga? Like,
I will
what
say
any
this.
reason to say Swerve is better? Like, that's
I
all I'll
will,
say.
I will say this. Swerve. I think the Swerve pick is better than Damian Priest because if Damian Priest didn't have Judgment Day, I don't think Damian Priest would be in the spotlight. Where
That's not the
Swerve,
factor.
No.
Swerve is
so.
putting himself in the spotlight.
Swerve
Man,
put
Jay,
Yeah,
him in
but
a-
Swerve
put
got
him
his
in the main
own group
event.
too.
But-
he got the
but
Swerve
Swerve
House.
put him mobile.
They
I'm
can
not
go
saying
on and
podcast-
on.
Swerve wouldn't be in the picture with Prince Nana not there. I'm not gonna do that. I
Nah,
said it
that's not-
jokingly,
that's not-
sarcastically. I don't mean
Okay.
that, guys.
At the end of the day,
Bro,
Swerve-
Damian
bro,
Priest elevated his career more than any wrestler.
Yeah, I think his
that's talking
elevation
right now.
was. Only
No.
person who had a higher elevation to me was Gunther,
And that's who my wrestler of the
Yeah.
year is.
and I love
Gunther
that pick.
is. And
That's
Gunther
not a
is,
bad
is
choice
my
either.
wrestler of the year.
Yeah, that's the most obvious pick, if I'm being honest.
I'm not gonna
Nah,
hold you.
it's
Swerve-
really
obvious.
Brock
Swerve
Lesnar.
put him-
There's a lot of wrestlers that elevated themselves this year, and that became.
Yo, it's
my
not Brock
woman-
Lesnar. Cody Rhodes
my
had the
woman-
highest winning percentage. All right, man.
My woman of the year is Io Sky. I do agree with Brandy Savage. Martin
that's
texted in his answers. His male star of the year was no other than Speedball Mike Bailey, who we all agree
Had a
is just
feeling.
phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. He's been having some great matches. He's had a killer year as well. And his woman of the year was Chano's pick as well too. He agreed with Tony Storm. So
I
That's a
don't
good
see.
pick.
The
I don't
Tony
see how you
Storm is
see.
good.
I don't see how you guys say EO at all. Like I understand the EO pick, but I just think Tony's just like head and shoulders.
I mean, they're both
And-
fantastic. I'm just
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think the year that Io had was great, and not only that, the matches she was able to perform in were fantastic.
I think in this argument you could say Io definitely elevated herself and made her
Mhm.
like a main star superstar. Where Tony Storm, we already knew she was a main star superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She just had
I
to
think
find
that
the gimmick
character
and the
just
right
showed that she
storyline.
was.
Right. Yeah, exactly. The character arc is just crazy phenomenal on her right now.
Mhm.
Where Io kind of really had to fight for this spot and she got it and she deserves it. So
I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think EO is on that main event level. I feel like she got there by story device. You know what I mean? Primarily off of the story that was going on with Damage Control, and I feel like that's the
True.
overlapping. The story with Damage Control isn't even an EO story; it's a Bailey story. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
no.
Like the story,
Mhm.
the story here is Bailey's winning the Royal Rumble, and she's gonna
Oh.
face EO at WrestleMania. That's the story. 1,000%
Yeah.
that's the story.
And it's still great, but I think Io plays a huge part in that just because she doesn't really necessarily speak the best English. That's partly why they went that route. But
Okay.
everything she does in the ring speaks for herself.
I don't know.
Yeah.
EO hasn't been that great in the ring for me this year. I'm not gonna. She's had
What-
some good.
what
She's
has-
had like
Go ahead.
she's
Finish.
had some good matches, but there's some matches I'm like, EO, what have we
All right,
been
let's,
doing over here?
Let's speed through some of these. What was your match of the year?
My match of the year is obvious. I've been talking about it every single chance I get. The Bullet Club Gold FTR 2 out of 3 falls match on AEW.
Banger.
Can't beat it.
Banger.
You know what? But I'm gonna have to go with the Texas Swerve Strickland, Adam Page. Adam
Banger.
Page,
Banger.
banger. I mean that it's just that the drinking blood spot that did it for me.
Okay.
And he spit it in the air. That's some cowboy shit. And that made me a fan of him. That match made me a fan of his work now. So
Banger.
that's my match of the year.
Mr. Savage.
I'm gonna go blood and guts. JK, I'm just fucking around. Nah, yo, Bad Bunny Backlash. Probably, again, y'all weren't in the building. I was there. I'm biased as fuck. like,
biased.
like Chambea doesn't hit the same. Like it's insane now how crazy that song goes because I was in just yeah. So that's the match for me.
Martin had Kenny Omega Will Ospreay 1 at Wrestle Kingdom. That was a banger match.
That was a banger.
I'd have to give it to Kenny Omega Will Ospreay 2 at
Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door. That match was just fantastic.
Fantastic match. Honorable mention, real quick, before Ricky starts Daniel Bryan in that what was it? The strap match they had. That was a good match.
That was a good match.
Yeah, that was a good match. Definitely, honorable mention would be the Charlotte Rhea match because that shit was a banger.
No, honestly, I feel like my match would have been the Kenny Omega Will Ospreay 2 match, but I feel like I saw the result a mile away. I feel like we knew that Will was coming back to take the belt. Obviously, we didn't know the quality of the match that was going to happen, but I felt like we knew the result. At least with the FTR match, I didn't know who was taking that match.
True.
At all. And that's what edged it out for me.
I could hear that.
My honorable mention, though, is an absolute banger of a match. If you guys don't agree with me, you guys don't love wrestling. It is Rhea Ripley versus Maxine Dupree on Monday Night Raw.
Hall of Fame match right there. Go watch it.
Love this guy. You gotta love this guy.
You gotta love this. You gotta love this guy. With that being said, what was your favorite moment of the year this year?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Cody Rhodes coming back. That's because he shows that you don't always need the E to become a star. He went out, did his thing, became an independent wrestler, became an independent star, came back. Now he's a mega star in the E in the company that tried to fucking clown him with Starface or Star whatever the fuck he was.
I'm just gonna say this right now, so Chana could go ahead and leave the building. My favorite moment of the year is when Austin Theory finally dropped that United States Championship.
Yeah, I'm changing mine. That's my favorite. To Rey Mysterio. That's my favorite moment of the year. I changed mine.
Yeah, I'm about to change mine. Now, my favorite moment of the year had to be Puerto Rico Backlash. Again, I was in the building. Like it's just it was.
Tell us more about Backlash.
I will. No, I was about to get into it. Listen. I'm Puerto Rican. The pride I left that building with was insane. But it was just like it wasn't even just like them singing Chambea. It was the way they sang Seth Rollins' song. It's the way that when they counted 1, 2, 3, they said uno, dos, tres. It's the way that when they would hit somebody, they said wow instead of like it was just everything was different. It was one of the best experiences I ever had. And yeah, so I'm definitely choosing Puerto Rico. Man, the Brock Lesnar ending. I can't forget to mention that. Just him just dancing to the crowd, like, yeah, bro, it was insane. One of the best moments of the year.
It's mad funny because when Brandon came back from Puerto Rico, him and his brother Jacob just came back like texting niggas in Spanish. I'm like, yo, I hate niggas that come back from the motherland talking Spanish, bro. Like, leave your pride somewhere else.
What was your moment of the year, Chana?
I'm gonna go back to the Royal Rumble when Sammy turned on Roman. He turned his back on the bloodline. That was
a good one.
That was crazy.
That was a good one.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Okay. With that being said, let's have some fun here. I want to see what your answers was. Who was your non-wrestler of the year for men and women?
I just want to say Damian Priest to be a hater, but that's not true at all.
Non-wrestler?
That's just not true.
I'm gonna have to go with Snoop Dogg for doing that save.
No, I'm saying like who's a wrestler that is like non-wrestler of the year material? Like wouldn't even be somebody who was just had a bad year.
I'm gonna go with Cameron
Bad year.
For me, I gotta give it to Lexus King, even though he already started.
Jesus.
And Ruby Soho.
Oh, not bad.
Damn.
Just Ruby ain't doing it.
I'm gonna have to go with the guy that keeps hurting people, and that's supposedly his new gimmick. Rich Holland. If that's your new gimmick, bro,
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with JD McDonough
Oh my god, that's
because
hilarious.
he's just not it. He's the punching bag. And for women, it's an obvious choice. It's Donna the Pebble Johnson, Ava Raine.
Yeah.
You guys are.
You know what? You're right. I changed my answer. Ruby Soho is good. Donna the Pebble Johnson, definitely Ava
Donna the Pebble
Raines.
For my women's is Saraya, formerly known as Paige.
Okay.
Fucking garbage year.
Garbage.
Fucking
You
garbage
return for
year.
nothing.
Fucking, and my men's is Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, that right there. That's because you said
That's
Lexus King,
coming
bro.
from a mile away.
You brought up
Nothing-
Austin Theory and Lexus King. You
Yeah,
knew it was
bro.
coming.
I had to fight back.
All right. Worst match of the year. I'll go ahead and start again. It wasn't the match. It was the segment that took place in the match that just made it the worst match because he fucked AEW in the world. And that goes to Jack Perry at Wembley for saying that's real glass. You, my
That's real.
Great answer.
Jack Perry.
No worst match of the year because all that just really fucked AEW.
It all
so
happened because of Jack Perry.
that's
fuck
all
that
I
guy.
gotta say.
That's a great answer. Can anybody top that?
Damn, what was the worst?
You know,
Damn,
fight
what was-
Jack Perry had the worst year. You know what? I'm changing minds. He has
Yeah,
the worst.
he had the worst year. Screw that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Mutton chops ass.
You for real glass.
Yeah.
With all that being said, what is something you
Oh,
guys
I
are
got
looking
you.
forward to? Go ahead.
Wait, my worst match of the year is any match LA Knight participated in except for the Crown Jewel
Roman
match.
Reigns. Yes, I agree.
Jesus.
He's on to something there.
Jesus.
LA Knight is just garbage in the ring.
No,
He's
worst
on to
matches
something
at
there.
Texas.
He's terrible.
What was that match with Moff pulled out a freaking bed of nails?
Blood and guts.
Oh, Blood and Guts.
Blood and
Oh, that
Guts.
match was
Worst match of all
terrible.
time.
Thought
Not
that was
good.
a Texas
Terrible
one.
match.
That was terrible.
Man, I had Rhea Ripley versus Talia, the 3-minute squashers, the 2 in a row. Just,
I mean,
No, honestly, that Maxine Rhea match was pretty bad.
No, it's pretty bad.
He took it back.
It was
I take it
pretty bad.
yeah, we're gonna do this and then we're gonna rethink it and be like, oh man, that was actually worse than that
No,
one.
no, bro, I have never seen a match worse than Rhea and Maxine in my life. That was so bad.
You don't even get an A for effort.
With that being
No.
said, what are you guys looking forward to in 2024 for the world of professional wrestling?
The return of Ryback.
Boom.
God damn it. Like,
You know what? It's
You can't win with this guy. You can't win with this
yeah.
guy.
he
At
hates
all.
Drew McIntyre, but he wants Ryback
Yeah.
back. I don't understand.
He's looking for Drew McIntyre retirement. That's what he's looking forward.
This is Drew McIntyre. Jesus,
You
I
know,
don't want the
there's
guy
so
to
much.
retire.
There's so much going on in wrestling.
Jed's a good guy.
I don't want the guy to retire. I just want him to go to a cargo kill. I don't know.
I don't know.
There are 3 things I'm looking forward to in 2024.
Go ahead, hit me.
That is
Go ahead.
Big E's return.
Ooh, fire.
That is Roman surpassing Hogan.
Fire.
Definitely.
And that is Damian Priest winning the championship with the Money in the Bank.
I don't
Not
really care
happening.
much for that.
Hey, man. At this point, I just
know-
want to cash it in because it's taking too long.
Yeah.
Listen,
But-
You know what?
Listen, man, since the first Puerto Rican champion since Pedro Morales. How do y'all not root for this? Y'all want Karrion Kross to take that crown? Come on.
obviously.
Ugh. I've been
Bro.
trying with Karrion Kross. I'm trying, man.
There's nothing
We're all
to
They're
trying.
Everyone's trying
There's-
with carrying
There's,
cross,
there's
man.
nothing to
Let's be
try for.
honest.
My brother's a lost cause. I wish
Yeah.
the best for him in another promotion. I will say, listen, I will say this. The one thing I really want to happen in 2024, I want Roman to beat Cody Rhodes again. So I can see all these Cody Rhodes marks on Twitter just cry.
Please.
It was the bad decision. Why would you
Please.
do that then?
Please.
He needs to complete the story.
Story. He needs the
Please.
story. Bro, you want to watch
He's
the
still,
story?
on
Yeah,
chapter one,
story.
y'all. Just relax. He's gonna complete it when he's done.
He's the author of the never-ending story. That's his
Bro,
story.
I'm telling you right now, Cody Rhodes winning the World Championship, you will turn on him so fucking fast. There is nothing about Cody Rhodes that screams, I am a great champion.
I just
He's
don't. I don't want to see
he's
him
a
on his
chaser.
shoulder.
Bro, he's a chaser. He's not, bro. He's a chaser. He's not a champion. He's not somebody to be chased after. Let's
Mhm.
keep it a bean. All babyface champions, minus about a good handful, are better
So
as
there's
chasers.
only just one.
Who?
All babyface champions except John Cena are all chasers.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's fair. They're better off as chasers, bro. Honestly, You need your heel to be that guy that the baby face is. Who's Cody gonna face? Randy Orton? Okay, that's interesting. Who else?
Solo.
Shinsuke again? So, oh my
Seth
god, he's gonna
Rollins,
face
Drew
So.
McIntyre, Gunther.
Bro,
I'll be interested
do
in
not give me Cody
Cody
and Seth
versus
if you're gonna
Randy.
have Seth lose again. If
He's
you
not
have-
gonna lose again. That's
Bro,
that's
Cody
bro,
Cody
don't have-
Finn.
don't do Cody. Oh, don't give me that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no Cody.
what?
Match.
Oh my god!
Bro, there's nothing about
Hater
Cody's.
alert! Hater
No,
alert!
I'm not gonna hold you. I am a hater. 1,000%. I am 1,000%. I am a hater. But I'm not gonna hold you. There's nothing about Cody's matches that I'm like, oh my god, this guy is magical.
Okay.
Bro, you want me to see a Cody cutter 3 times in a match? I fucking hate the Cody cutter.
So, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was speaking to my uncle on Christmas. He's like, yo, you know, Peacock has that channel. Yo, I ended up catching the Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes match. He was like, he don't watch wrestling at all, and he was like, yo, the story was so great. I was really he's rooting for Cody the whole time. Like he said, Michael Cole convinced him that Cody should win. Like I was like, yo, that's wild. But he's like the dad story, this and that, and I'm like, to me, that's why he shouldn't win. But yes,
That's how
I
shit
hear
should
you.
lose.
Like,
Listen, his Roman
not
match,
yet, at least.
his Roman match was his best match in my opinion because that was the only one filled with like such a great story. Everything
But
since
nah,
then has
the
been
Seth
filled with
Rollins
nonsense.
matches before that were great.
Well, I really wasn't
Okay,
watching the
Yeah.
E like consistently back then. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
bro, there's nothing about Cody that makes me like this guy got it. Like, nothing at all. I don't see the vision. I don't see it.
Tiz doesn't like baby faces, and
I
I'm kind of
don't.
with him on this. I'm
I
kind of with
don't.
him.
Give me a heel. I want the most asshole heel that you guys have and make him champion.
Yes.
That's
what they did on AEW, and now you're hating it.
because he's a face.
You're right.
Yeah,
he's a face.
now.
You're right.
He's a face
He's a
now.
face
I
now.
don't-
All right.
when
With
he was an
that
asshole, I
being
loved it.
said, we'll move into the segments here. My last question for you guys is, what was your favorite part of potting this year?
My favorite part of potting was turning on our cameras.
Okay, that was my least favorite. That was my least favorite part. You guys understand? I was laying back, just recording, talking to you guys. I'm like, guys, we all need to be showing our face in the camera. This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
This is fucking nonsense. My favorite part about the podcast is Brandon can't say I don't see him because I see his ass once a week now. He can't say I don't hang out. I see this nigga once a week.
Yeah. Oh, timey schedule now.
What about you, Zombie King? What do you got? What was your favorite part of potting this year?
Favorite part, honestly, is enjoying watching wrestling again. Even though I do, it's like when you do something, you kind of like avoid watching it on a daily basis. So, kind of being us being like the journalists of professional wrestling, it helps to, kind of rekindle that love and being a fan of sitting there and watching wrestling and kind of reminiscing of the old days of sitting down with your dad and shit like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Thanks for that.
Personally, of course. Personally, my favorite part of potting this year so far, was actually watching Brian H. Waters react to our intro music.
That was great.
Yeah,
that
that was
fire.
dope.
And I think that was just something great. But also getting the chance every week to hop on here with you guys every week and do this has just been a good time. I look forward to Thursdays. Just like, all right, what are me and my guys gonna chop it up about? What crazy stuff is Chano gonna say? Who's wearing? I gotta remind myself now. 2024. I'm gonna keep reminding myself. If I see somebody wearing leather, I'm just gonna write it down. Chance hates.
Chance hates this guy.
End of the year.
Chance hates this person.
Listen,
Oh man. With that being said, what's live from Dakota? Chance.
Listen, I may be an asshole and love heel shit, but the live from Dakota, we got a real soft spot these past couple segments. I'm not even gonna hold you. I do want to say congratulations to the brand new parents, Gunther and his wife, on the brand new baby. Listen, the ring Raw is gonna be a great father. So many blessings to you and yours. Happy holidays to everybody who.
No, yeah.
If I missed anybody having a kid in the wrestling world, because honestly, there's just way too many of you guys.
This is all
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Martin has us following so many wrestlers on Twitter now that, bro, I'm learning about niggas as I'm scrolling through. I'm like, who are these people?
Oh, that's you. Okay.
Said, oh, I didn't even know Gunther was married.
Yeah.
I thought he was too busy dominating, bro.
him.
Like, when do you have time to have
Right.
kids?
I thought he was
and
too busy
shit?
being the
Was
ring
building
general.
families and dominating the title.
This
Crazy.
This is crazy.
Man.
Like, bro, he's been a champion for like
Since-
2 years. When do you have the time?
Since we heard something
What are you
positive,
doing
let's hear
this,
something
bro?
negative. Who's the down bad pick of the week, Mr. Savage?
Down bad pick of the week. And if you don't know what that is, that's why I picked the person who's had a rough week. Now this week, the person uttered the words, "I got this," and then proceeded to not have this. So yeah, Chance, get a down bad pick of the week.
Jesus.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm joking, guys. Chance,
If you follow on Twitter page, I lost I lost in the semifinals of both my leagues, and I'm not over it. So I've been violating my cousin Tino and Mel every single day in the group chat because they don't deserve to be there. You guys are bums. You guys are in the bum bowl. Third place game is a real championship game.
mad. Yo, so like I said, Chance was saying he got this all year, but he did not have this.
I did not. Tony Pollard, fuck
He
you.
did not.
James Cook, fuck you.
Nah, but for the real pick, I gotta say again, I got this were uttered, and he did not have this. Andre Chase, you are down bad.
Down bad.
Down
Down
bad.
bad.
Down
Down
bad.
I agree.
He's down bad.
Down bad.
He's down
Take
bad.
the
Down
debt that
bad.
you can't
Down
pay.
bad.
Kids, if you
Man, I
can't
agree
pay
with you.
the
It
debt, don't
was-
take it.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean?
All right,
Just-
learn from
Do
this
not
guy,
take that
kids.
briefcase of money, guys.
Next,
not take
next
that
week,
briefcase
if the family don't jump this man on the spot,
Hell yeah.
they're not real mafia.
Hey, if the guy's talking like this, don't take the money, okay? You're gonna lose your ankles.
You know
in
what?
the
I just all I want next week on Tuesday, I just want old girl to come out and be like, "How do you want me to handle this, Tony? Huh? You want me to slap this fool around?" If she doesn't do anything,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be upset. I'm just gonna be so upset.
Upset.
With that being said, double tap of the week, Zombie King. What do we got?
Double tap. Double tap. If you don't know double tap, it's the match that you should go back and watch. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys this week, all right? Because I had 2 matches. Now I'm like, I don't know what to pick. I'm gonna let you guys pick them. Vico versus Black Taurus. I don't know if you guys watch that, but go watch that. I'm talking about Lucha Libre at its best right there.
Banger.
My second pick, Daniel Bryan at Eddie Kingston. I mean, I'm talking about emotional, physical. I had
that was a good
goosebumps
match.
watching that match.
That
All
was a
right,
great
because I want
match.
Eddie Kingston to go all the way. So, guys, out the 2, what is the match of the week?
BD
Daniel
at
Bryan.
Kingston.
You know what? I do like the BD Eddie Kingston pick, but I did watch that El Hijo del Vikingo match.
Yeah,
man. That
Lucha Libre at its best. That was just.
I watch
Yeah.
anything he's on, kind of like Speedball, but that match right there just made me such a fan of Black Taurus, and I want to see more of
Oh
him.
yeah, definitely big guy.
Want to see more
I'm
of
not.
him. Oh, dude, he was
you
he was
know-
great.
Yeah, and he can move. I mean, you know me. I'm not
Yeah.
a big fan of big guys moving like small guys, but that's his style. He's from there. He's a luchador, so you have to expect that. But to be his size, he's jacked too. He's a big boy, and that mask, I have no clue how can he breathe in that mask. To be able to move like that and be that size and to wear that thick of a mask with that much hair on it, props all day, dude. Your cardio's
True.
amazing.
All right, we got a little bit of time here. Let's jump into some hot tags. Just some quick questions I want to ask you guys. First off, let me start with. Listen, I don't WWE, Endeavor, TKO, whoever it is. I just want to say this: if you're gonna have a caliber of a match like CM Punk versus the hottest heel of 2023, tell Peacock to play that shit live so I could watch it. Why are we not live streaming these live events? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
don't, let me
I
let me
even feel
choose.
bad
Let
not
me
giving
choose if I want to
Tom his
watch
props
NXT.
Yeah.
But let me
Like,
choose if I want
I-
to watch NXT or hop on a live event and see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let me watch it. I want to see what's up. I don't want to catch highlights. I don't want to see people's shaky camera video talking about, oh my God, CM
real.
Punk. Let me have that. Just let me have that. I'm not saying all of them, but if you're gonna have a match of that caliber, that's something that should have been live streamed for fans to watch. And that, that's
maybe
what
they
I'm saying.
wanted
What do you
to
guys think?
first.
You think we
Maybe
should get a live
100%.
streaming of
they're
live
like,
events?
damn, he's.
We should get
I mean-
all Peacock should, the live TV shows from SmackDown to that to even Road to WrestleMania to the WWE Holiday House Show. All that should be on live TV.
No,
I feel you.
not?
I'm just
We
saying.
used to do it
It's
once
just-
upon a time.
yes for the fans, but no for business. Unfortunately,
Doesn't make sense.
Nah,
Yeah.
there's certain events that should. Like, okay, 2 years ago at the Road to WrestleMania, they had Brock Lesnar take a L, and Roman stood over him with 2 belts. And then they showed that all over SmackDown and Raw the next couple of weeks. But, like,
My
never
thing is-
aired that event. So, like,
my
what's
thing
the
is-
point of showing that without airing that
Yeah,
event?
Like-
you gotta
sometimes
be there.
Sometimes they make mistakes at live events. Like there's been a couple times like titles change hands at live events, and then niggas is like, that never happened. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
that never happened. Don't worry about it.
That never
fine.
happened. You know what
That's
I mean?
fine. That's why it's treated like,
Yeah.
as like a house show, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mistakes
Yeah.
are gonna happen.
There's only been
Just
like 2
gotta
times in like recent. There's only been like 2 times in recent memory where they let the house show title change rock because niggas high key fucked up.
True.
Oh
It
yeah,
was like,
True.
it was
Some
like
of
the
them get
tag
kicked
titles
out.
and I think the women's championship. Yes, somebody fucked up. Somebody ref's hands.
True.
slipped.
We had some big news
Bummer.
over the week. Hiroshi Tanahashi becomes the New Japan Pro Wrestling president. Honestly, I don't know how that happened, but this is going to be really good this is going to be really good for New Japan. I mean, the dude knows what he's doing. He's very talented in ring. First of all, super smart. I know he has a great relationship with Triple H. So, who knows? Who knows what this might mean for New Japan Pro
Wait.
Wrestling?
You didn't hear about the announcement?
Now, what you got?
What was that?
NXT sending 2 people to New Japan.
Oh yeah, All Japan Pro
Oh,
Wrestling.
yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same thing. They fused.
New Japan is in Japan. All Japan is in
No.
America. Not the same.
Didn't All Japan just fuse all those companies?
No, it's New Japan owns it all, kind of like how AEW owns Ring of Honor and all that stuff. But All Japan Pro Wrestling, I believe, is the American promotion for New Japan, and New Japan is in Japan. But I could be wrong. You could look it up. Don't quote me on it. I could be wrong.
Don't quote the waving.
Yeah, don't quote me.
I thought they fused. I thought they all went underneath one umbrella like recently.
Oh, then you might be right. If you saw it and you read it, then I'm here to tell you I'm wrong. Then Chance.
It's New
I
Japan.
won't wear my leather jacket tomorrow.
I hope not. If you have another jacket, brother, please, brother. I don't want my life for
next
you.
week.
Let's
Starting
talk
the year
about
off
this.
with a leather jacket.
Let's talk about this world end card, and then we'll get up out of here. We got 2 pre-show matches. Hook is defending his FTW fake championship against Wheeler Yuta. Hook is probably going to win. Hook is probably going to win. We have a 20-man battle royale for a future AEW TNT championship match. I think that's when Jungle Boy comes back and wins that.
Oh, that's terrible.
Terrible.
So,
He
But
should never
let's
come
jump
back.
in. Let's jump into the main card. Okay, so we have the match that Chance is not hyped for: Y2J, Chris Jericho, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting versus the Don Callis family: Kyle Fletcher and Powerhouse Hobbs with Big Bill and Ricky Starks.
I mean,
And the crowd goes mid.
I just gotta bring up something about Chris Jericho. Did y'all see the holiday picture he posted with his band with the red gloves? It was
No.
insane.
Yes, it
My
was
man-
insane.
Yeah.
It was insane. Why does he look like a mom? I don't understand.
Bro, it's,
Yo,
we got-
bro, the stance,
does at
his stance
times,
was
bro.
crazy. It's like
He does.
We got
Rockstar.
Miro.
Rockstar.
Miro versus Andre El Idolo, which I think is going to be a banger match. I think this might be
Yeah.
match of the
Oh, yeah.
night. So this going to be a banger. Another banger match, and we're finally going to get the end to the story, and I'm happy to see it. Keith Lee versus Swerve Strickland. Should be a banger.
Him.
Those two are finally
Has
going to
to be.
finish. It has to be. And I love the fact that Tony Khan is bringing it back so we can finish the story because it
Right at the
ended
end of
on
the
a,
year.
and it
Well,
ended on a
somebody gotta finish it
cliffhanger.
out, right?
And Right, it ended on a cliffhanger, but the only reason why you kind of forgot about it is because sadly Keith Lee got very sick, almost I think near death experience. So I'm happy to see him back in the ring, smiling and doing the thing that he loves. So
Yeah, man.
shouts out
Basking
to
in his
Keith
glory, bro.
Bask in his
Finish
glory.
your story, Keith.
Bask in his glory, but remember whose house it is.
It's a Source house. That's it. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there saying it's Source house.
We got Julia Hart defending her TBS championship against Abaddon. Another match I'm kind of excited to see, but I think Julia Hart's going to take this dub. So we'll see what happens.
Abaddon is terrifying.
All right.
Yeah.
Abaddon or Ruby Soho, Chana?
Ruby Soho.
In your window at night, what scares you the most?
He said Ruby Soho.
Creeping up your bed.
Abaddon is scary.
You see Ruby at the end of your your bed, and then you turn around and Abaddon's already at your alarm clock. Like, what's up, bro?
Bro, I'll tell you right now.
And he's dying.
If Ruby's at the top of my like desk, like perched over, I'm putting the blanket over my head and I'm hoping it's a nightmare. I see Abaddon. Abaddon anywhere in the room. I am running knees to chest, grabbing my child and jutting for dear life.
Yeah.
I am running.
Up next, we got a match where everybody in this building is hoping to be. This feud is over. Christian Cage defending his title in a no disqualification match against Adam Copeland. And the crowd goes mid, and the crowd goes no. If they take the title away from Christian Cage, we riot.
They will.
The only reason, I'm joking.
Bro, no,
but
we riot.
Every other TLC match or disqualification match we see, Edge usually wins, but this is his partner in those matches, so he's got to win too.
We'll see.
Adam Copeland
Chris is gonna win.
Adam Copeland's winning this match. They're gonna use it to have him face new people and have some dream matches for bum ass
with the title.
Yeah, with the title.
I want have him go over because on these people.
Who gives a fuck either way if he doesn't have the title?
Yeah.
Bro, it's terrible. It's the worst thing ever happened in wrestling.
I don't want to see Adam
Christian after.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see Adam Copeland in matches where he's gonna win because he's not gonna drop a title. I want to see him just put him in dream matches and let him rock. That's it. Don't put him in no title pictures. Don't put him with no people that he's already been in the ring with 10 million times.
A little more.
Don't take the title off of Christian Cage.
Did you? Oh, coming from the
he's
guy
the best thing. He's carrying the company.
He's admitted that he's admitted that he was super wrong there.
Crazy. Nah, but
we all have. Who else right now that can take that title off him? That's gonna be that entertaining or that appealing.
Did you see how many people it took to separate? My fault. Did you see how many guys it took to separate Adam Copeland and Christian? It took like 5 20-year-olds each.
It was the worst separation ever.
It was like, no, don't touch him. It's like, get off of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you guys are weak as hell.
We got the Triple Crown Championship, the Continental Final. Jon Moxley versus his best friend Eddie Kingston. That should be a banger. We should see some emotional, an emotional wrestling match. So that should be really good. Up next, we got the timeless Miss Toni Storm versus Riho for the AEW Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm should take this all day long, and we might see a reveal. And I'm hoping it's Mercedes Moné.
She's gotta be something. You're recycling too much now.
I always got excited. I was like, no, she's coming home.
We'll see. That's speculation. We can't get into.
I don't know.
And then we got the main event.
Crazy money.
We got the main event. Our scumbag, the asshole of them all, the face that runs the place. I'm sorry, that's John Cena. But we got MJF.
Jesus.
We got Samoa Joe
versus
AEW World Championship match. Now, as we all know, Chance doesn't see Samoa Joe as a superstar, and we all know he's crazy for that.
Joe. I'm not going to hold you. Joe has won me over. Joe.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Welcome to the new year, you ladies and gentlemen.
It doesn't take me much. You just got to do some real ass. You just got to do some real asshole
don't make
shit.
This a thing, all right? Don't make this a thing. All right.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Listen. Do some. Listen. If I'm not a fan of you, you just got to do some real asshole shit, and I'm like,
that's it. Smack a baby, punch an old lady. He's your fan. He's your number one.
I got you. But that's the World's End match. What do you guys think about this card? You gonna watch?
It could be a solid. It could be a solid card.
I'm watching for like 3 matches. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Are we not going no more, Chance?
World's End, bro. I don't have a vehicle. Listen,
I'll
Ringside,
drive. I got the vehicle. We out.
Listen, Ringsiders, if you have a spare transmission for 2015 Chevy Equinox, please donate it to your boy. I am struggling.
Please.
If you would like to sponsor a part on our podcast,
Yes.
please sponsor an engine for a 2015 Chevy Equinox.
Chevy Equinox. Had an internal transmission, automatic, 3.6 liter.
I will end the show with what are we doing, and then we'll get our plugs and get up out of here. But my what are we doing is nothing bad. It's just really good. I want to tell all you Ringsiders, listen, man, you guys are cooking. All right, all of us are cooking. We're all putting in the work, especially Martin. Shout out to Martin, just doing the sides on social, getting our name out there with all the indie wrestlers. He's been doing his thing, coming on the show, filling for people as well. But my 3 co-hosts right here have been doing their thing. Networking, we've all been doing big things. In 2024, we just got some big things for you Ringsiders. So just stay tuned, and it's only up from here for us. And we're gonna do what Damian Priest did 6 months ago, and we're gonna cash in this money in the bank, and we're gonna start taking over. So
listen, I don't know if you guys peep. Me and Brandon, we got 4 sides of the ring merch.
Oh yeah, and these two guys right here.
Camera, how do you do that?
These two guys right here, they couldn't even hit us up. Zombie King talking about, hey, we gonna get some merch. We gonna get some merch. Do y'all want to chip in? Nah, they just did it on their own time. I see how it is. It's all good though.
Yo, me and Tony were texting back and forth. He was like, "Yo, bro, you want a hoodie?" He was like, "Yeah, I want a hoodie."
Good. No, it's all good. I'm gonna get you. Zombie King, I'm gonna order the fresh butters with our logo on it instead of the Timberland logo.
Wait, don't exclude me, bro. Don't do that. I want those butters.
Listen.
Hey,
guys, merch coming soon. $200 a sweater. Yeah. You heard it here first.
A lot of things coming soon.
We're a little over time, but it's the new year, so we had to go over. We had to just bring the heat for you guys. While we get up out of here, please get your plugs. Or first of all, Zombie King, where can we find you?
What are your matches in
this New Year
Dover,
matches?
New Jersey tomorrow. Dover, New
tonight.
Jersey, 7 o'clock. Dover Sportsplex. Blackwell Street, the main street. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna be doing something. And now, this is a little thing. I'm not a heel too often, but this is one of the promotions where I actually play a heel, and I actually have fun doing it. So, if you want to see me curse you out,
have fun.
Come to Dover, New Jersey Warriors of Wrestling tomorrow, Friday, 7 p.m. Be there.
Or be square.
He's gonna give you the middle finger when he see you. Alright, you know it is Life and Times. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. It's always the same, LYFE. Before I go, I just want to say Out the Mud, defined as when you reach a certain level of financial stability, lifestyle, you started with far less. That's that Out the Mud. That's why we root for them.
Alright, yo, listen. I've been saying this shit for 6 months, guys. The only thing I give a fuck about is this goddamn Twitter account. This Twitter account's my goddamn baby at this point. I be arguing with people over dumb shit. It's not even about wrestling. On the Twitter page. It is the number 4 sides, SIDESOTR on Twitter or X. What do you want to call it? Fuck it. If you guys want a MySpace account, I'll make a MySpace. If you guys want AIM, I'll make an AIM.
And then co-parents that shit with Martin.
Yeah, basically. Martin's my co-parent with this shit because sometimes you guys be asking questions I got no answers for. I be texting myself like, Martin, you didn't even answer these people. I don't know what the fuck they talking about.
I'm talking to you, bro.
Hey, I'm Marcus Hernandez. You know where you can find me, Original Buddha _ on IG. But most of all, follow all of our socials. 4 Sides of the Ring podcast on IG. 4 Sides OTR on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And follow all of us, man. Follow all of us. Follow Martin as well. He's been doing his thing. Shout out to Martin. He couldn't be here with us tonight. But like I said, Ringsiders, man, we're so excited for 2024. We got really big things, and we're really excited to bring all this stuff to you. We got interviews lined up. We got guests coming on the show. So we're just gonna have a really fun time. I think we're even planning a tournament, so watch out for that. You know what I mean? Us versus other wrestling podcasts. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned, because I promise you are not gonna want to regret. Stay on the bus. Don't hop off, because the train is only getting hot, or the bus is only getting hot, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so that's all I got. Ringsiders.
Is it a short bus?
Ringsiders, remember to acknowledge your tribal chief. Also, have a great new year, and we will catch you guys.
New Year, y'all.
2024.
Stay sober this new year. Listen, we're in a straight
No, don't do that.
society. Stay
Get
sober.
drunk.
No.
Unless you're under 21.